Have you ever felt a pang of guilt when you make a profit? Or maybe you find yourself hesitating to ask for a raise you know you deserve. It's not just you. It turns out our brains might be hardwired to have a complicated relationship with money, and specifically with profit. It's a fascinating journey into our own minds. So let us explore why your brain might secretly hate profit and how we can start to change that money mindset. First, let's travel back in time. For thousands of years, our ancestors lived in small, tight-knit communities. Survival wasn't about accumulating wealth. It was about cooperation. If you hunted and brought back food, you shared Italiano. Hoarding resources for yourself could get you kicked out of the tribe, which was basically a death sentence. This deep-seated instinct for sharing and communal living is still with us. So, when we make a profit, a little voice in our ancient brain might whisper that we're being selfish, that we're taking more than our fair share, triggering feelings of guilt. It's a survival mechanism that hasn't quite caught up with modern economics. Then, there's our brain's love for fairness. Neuroscientists have discovered something called inequity aversion. We are fundamentally wired to dislike unfair outcomes, even if the unfairness benefits us. In experiments, people will often reject a deal where they get more money if they feel the other person is getting a raw deal. When you make a profit, especially a large one, your brain can perceive this as an imbalance. It might feel like you're winning at someone else's expense, even if you provided a valuable product or service. This sense of unfairness can make the very idea of profit feel uncomfortable. Another major player here is loss aversion. This is a powerful cognitive bias, where the pain of losing something feels about twice as strong as the pleasure of gaining the equivalent amount. So, losing $100 hurts way more than the joy you get from finding $100. How does this relate to profit? Well, the process of making a profit often involves risk. Starting a business, investing, even just negotiating a salary, all of these activities carry a risk of failure or loss. Your brain, in its effort to protect you from pain, screams danger. It focuses on the potential downside. What if the business fails? What if they say no to the raise? This fear of loss can be so paralyzing that it prevents us from taking the very actions needed to generate a profit. We've become more focused on not losing than on winning. And let's not forget the power of social conditioning. From a young age, we're bombarded with messages about money. Think about the stories and movies we grew up with. How often is the rich character portrayed as greedy, lonely, or morally corrupt? The humble hero, on the other hand, is often poor but happy. We hear phrases like money is the root of all evil, or it is better to be poor and happy than rich and miserable. These cultural narratives get absorbed into our subconscious and shape our beliefs. We start to associate profit with negative traits and poverty with virtue. This creates a mental block, making us feel that pursuing wealth is somehow a bad thing to do. So, we have ancient survival instincts, a built-in desire for fairness, a fear of loss, and a lifetime of social conditioning all working together to make us feel weird about profit. It is like our brain is running old software that is not fully compatible with the modern world of commerce and personal finance. But here's the good news. We can update our software. Recognizing these biases is the first and most powerful step. When you feel that guilt or hesitation around money, you can now identify it. You can say to yourself, that's just my ancient brain's cooperation instinct. Or that's loss aversion trying to keep me in my comfort zone. Naming it takes away its power. The next step is to consciously reframe your mindset. Start thinking of profit not as taking, but as creating. When you provide a service or sell a product that someone willingly buys, you're not taking from them. You're creating value. They get something they need or want, and you get compensated for your effort, creativity, and risk. Profit is simply a measure of the value you've successfully delivered to the world. It's a thank you note from society for solving a problem. Think about it this way. The salary you earn is your employer's cost, but it's your profit for the time and skills you provided. The revenue a local coffee shop makes is proof that they're serving coffee people love. Profit isn't evil. It's a signal that something is working. It allows businesses to grow, hire more people, innovate, and contribute to the community. On a personal level, your own profit, your savings and investments gives you security, freedom, and the ability to be generous with others. So how do we put this into practice? Start small. If you're a freelancer, Try raising your rates by just a small amount for your next client. Notice the fear that comes up, acknowledge it, and do it anyway. If you're negotiating a salary, write down all the value you bring to the company. Frame it in your mind, not as asking for more, but as aligning your compensation with your contribution. Celebrate your financial wins, no matter how small. Did you save an extra $50 this month? Great. Amazing. What is that? By celebrating, you're training your brain to associate positive emotions with financial success, slowly overriding those old, negative scripts. It's also crucial to surround yourself with a positive money mindset. Talk to friends who have a healthy relationship with wealth. Read books or listen to podcasts that frame money as a tool for good. The more you expose yourself to the idea that wealth can be created ethically and used to make a positive impact, the more your own beliefs will shift. Remember, changing a deeply ingrained mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a process of self-awareness and consistent, conscious effort. Be patient with yourself. The goal isn't to become a ruthless, profit-obsessed machine. The goal is to build a healthy, balanced relationship with money, where you see it not as a source of guilt or fear, but as a resource that can empower you to live a better life and contribute more to the world. Understanding the science behind why your brain might be fighting you on this is your secret weapon. You're not lazy or bad with money. You're human, equipped with a brain designed for a different world. But you also have the power to understand the design and consciously choose a new path. It's about teaching your old brain some new tricks. Thanks so much for watching. If this resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. What's one money belief you're working to change? Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more content on mindset and personal growth. See you in the next one.